Ever feel like the world just doesn't get introverts? You're not alone. Welcome to the Stay Introverted podcast. We're your hosts, Steph and Jay Coleman, here to dive into life from an introvert's perspective.
Each week we break down everything, from relationships and work to social dynamics and self-care, all while busting myths, sharing personal stories, and celebrating the quiet power of introversion. So, if you're ready to embrace your introverted side, let's get into it.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. Steph, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. How about you?
I'm all right. I'm doing all right. I'll be honest. I'm kind of excited for the year to end. It's been a very long year, so I'm kind of excited for it to just be over with.
Absolutely. I think 2025 is going to be a good one, honestly. I have a good feeling about it.
I would hope so. I really do. I think we all could use a good year. Or 5.
For sure. Absolutely. As long as I don't, break any feet or anything, going into this next year, I'm good.
Yes. So yes, peace, love, and no broken bones.
Exactly. I love it. That should be on the shirt.
I was just thinking that peace, love, and no broken bones, and then I'm going to pair it. You know what? I'm going to make it a bundle. So I'm going to bundle that with my newest design. I would not explain further.
I love that one. I gotta get myself one. That's a good one.
Yeah. So peace, love, no broken bones, and I will not explain further. The perfect.
I love it.
Duo.
The perfect holiday gift.
It is. It really is. Yes.
It's like literally everything that needs to be said. Like literally, what more needs to be said than those two things? Nothing.
Exactly. It fits you perfectly because I say shit and just walk away and let you deal with it.
Exactly.
Like I say what I had to say.
Exactly. That's so funny. So speaking of holidays and 2025, what do you have going on for the holidays?
I have a Christmas tradition which I've had for like 20 years, which is really just watching NBA basketball.
Right, we talked about this.
Yes, that's just I'm a simple man. Yeah, I just like watching the Knicks play on Christmas Day. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
I may do some reading. I'm fortunate that my job has like a holiday closure, so I'm gonna kind of use that time off between Christmas and New Year's, really just doing some reading, kind of prepping my business for stuff. Just trying to get my mind right, get everything right for 2025. So
love it.
Yeah, trying to make it a productive Christmas and holiday week. What about you?
I like it. Let's see, Christmas Day I have Christmas Eve is with my in-laws. Christmas Day, wait, no, I'm confusing it. I'm just gonna back it up. Christmas Eve is with Sean's uncle. Christmas Day is with his parents, and my parents are going to go over to his parents' house for Christmas. And then aside from that, like my company should give us off Christmas to New Year's, but I guess they did give us a really nice holiday party, so there's that. But even though they technically didn't give us Christmas to New Year's, I'm taking those days off. Just to kind of recalibrate, but more so because we have a policy that you can only roll over like 5 vacation days to the next year.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, even with all the weddings I went to this year, I have like 8 left. So I might as well just use the last 3 that I can't roll over because I don't want to lose them. What am I going to do during those 3 days? I don't know. Maybe I'll go to the spa. Maybe I'll stare at the wall. Maybe I'll hang out with my mom. I love how that was like my third option. Maybe I'll catch up with some friends. I don't know. We'll see. I'll kind of take it day by day. I definitely want to just like catch up on sleep, like catch up on like miscellaneous chores that I just never want to do on the weekend, but never have time to do during the week. You know, start 2024 or 2025 off with a nice clean apartment with my bills taken care. Like I just like to start fresh, and I feel like this last couple of days of the year, if I spend that wisely, I'll be able to do exactly that.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. There's also the chance that I end up like using those 3 days watching too much TV and getting absolutely nothing done. So, I mean, I'm okay. I'll give myself grace if that's what happens. I support myself.
All right. Got it.
Yeah.
A couple of things. One, this is, I guess the second this year and last year. It's kind of been the first time in my life where like the job that I was working at actually had a paid holiday closure. So I'm definitely appreciative.
That's wild. Is that like a thing? I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, like some play. Well, I had never heard of it in like in the private sector. So like last year when I was in the private sector, like the job that I was at, they shut down for like a week and a half. I didn't really get to enjoy it because I got COVID during like the last half of that time off. But where I am now, it's in technically it's in higher ed. So higher ed, colleges typically shut down for a week during Christmas anyway. Right. So the offices are closed. So that's kind of why. But yeah, like outside of higher ed, I hadn't really seen it. When I was working in the public sector, it wasn't really time off. It was a furlough. So it's like you can work if you wanted to get paid, you had to show up. And if you didn't, you had to take vacation days. So like it really, the city was closed, but it wasn't an official like paid time off. So this is kind of the first time where time off has been paid. So I definitely appreciate that. But also the second thing is I wanted to ask, like, how do you feel about holiday parties?
Oh, it's so funny that you just asked me that. I must have like anticipated this question because I had a feeling that you might ask. Yeah, actually, no, because a friend asked me.
Real quick, just so the folks know, I understand that those two things that I mentioned had nothing to do with each other. That's how you do.
It's okay. I followed. I see the correlation.
Exactly. There are no 100%. Easy transitions in this over here. Okay, everything.
I followed.
I appreciate that.
I felt like it was connected. But so it's funny that you asked that because my friend was just voice noting me complaining about holiday parties and how she thinks that they're stupid and people already have to spend a lot of time together during work, and why would you want to allocate more time? And I see where she's coming from, but the only reason she was saying that is because she has to go to her husband's holiday party, and she was lamenting that she doesn't want to because she already has to deal with her own coworkers. So fair enough. My holiday party is, and this is kind of what I told her. I, first of all, think that it's kind of weird when companies invite significant others and partners. I don't really think there's a point to that. I mean, maybe I'm just not seeing something, but my company used to have partners and spouses invited. And honestly, it was really just annoying. I would spend the whole time, rather than mingling with my coworkers, I was having to remember significant others' names and having to introduce my husband. And at the time, I think he was my boyfriend / fiance eventually. But I was having to make sure that he was entertained. My coworkers were worried about their partners, and it just, you didn't really get the full experience. It was nice having somebody there with you. But for the last 6-ish years, my company's done no spouses. It's just people in the company. And also, back when it was spouses were invited, it was like a Saturday night. So that was also like, oh, you have to like take time out of your weekend. Like, I guess it's fine. But what my company does now is it's during the day on a Thursday, which is a time when we'd already be working. So that's great. It's not like you have to like, it doesn't impact your work week. In fact, instead of going to the office, you get to just go to a party all day. And honestly, I love my coworkers, so I enjoy it. It's free booze, free food. Then we have like a big after party after, and then an after party. That part's like not official, but in general, I think it's a lot of fun because my company is just full of fun people. Now, if I didn't work with people that I liked, I would imagine that it would suck and it would just feel like a drag. But I always have a good time. And I'm for holiday parties, I guess. That was like a long and winded answer. How about you?
For me, I mean, again, and in general, you know, as I say, less people is more for me.
Right.
But it depends on the vibe of the company. I think this is where the culture of the company like really comes into play.
Yeah.
You know, it's do you choose to spend your free time around these people when you don't have to? I think is what it comes down to. I am not I will say how can I put this? I guess
Don't get yourself in trouble now.
yeah, like as we go company wide, my interest wanes. So
right.
I don't do. I'm not a fan of company wide parties. One because I don't know all these people. I ain't really trying to talk to a bunch of people I don't know.
Right.
Department wide parties. No, it depends. There's typically a few people
Well, it
in the
depends
department.
how big the company and the department are. Like our department is like 4 people. So you can have a party with 4 people.
Yeah, like
I mean, you can, but
yeah, like in past companies, like my department has been the department has been between like 50 and 100 people.
Oh, that's like how many people were at our party. Was like that's how tiny my company is. Like the whole company was there. It was 130 people.
Yeah, it's like I'm not trying to necessarily to mingle with that many people, and then like again, I'm typically I'm a single person. A lot of people there are married and are parents, which is cool, but it's a different perspective because a lot of stuff it's just different perspectives.
Right.
Now, division / group parties, I'm cool with. One again because that's my people. That's who I work with every day. That's what. And typically, I've been fortunate to have or to work with really cool groups, like people that I actually talk to, out of work. So I'm cool with that. Smaller group. Plus, you get the smaller the group, it's easier to actually plan something that everybody actually wants to do. So like we'll just we'll just go to the cafe and just like order Wingstop, just have like just chill and talk shit, or we'll go out to a restaurant and then just
okay, so you like talk. More like an activity kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. It depends again. Depends on the activity. Like one time we had like a casino night, and I was like, I walked in and walked out in like 3 minutes. It really depends. Like when I was in the public sector, my boss, he would take us out to the spaghetti factory. Like that was like a Christmas tradition, and like they had this cable car in the middle of the restaurant that you had to reserve. And he would reserve it like around every December, and we just eat and just talk and stuff, and he paid for the whole thing, and it was cool. So to me, it ain't gotta be nothing special.
Right.
But in general, the smaller the group, the more likely I'm A, going to attend, and B, I'll have a decent time.
Right. Yeah, you know what's interesting is I don't really care if there's 12 people there or like 100. Chances are I'm really only gonna mostly interact with 10 at the most. And it's gonna be the 10 people that I talk to, like in the office, or like on Teams or whatever. Like I'll say hello to everybody and I'll mingle here and there and say hi to like the important people. But for the most part, I'm standing in a corner and people are coming over to me. So
Yeah.
it really does not matter if there's, like I said, 1,000 people, 100 people, as long as I have my space. And I can stand in my area and not be expected to like do anything or move. I'm good. It's the same as a wedding for me. Like I'm gonna hang out with the same 5 or 6 people. And maybe I'll dance a little bit if there's music, but otherwise I'm there to eat, drink champagne, and talk to the people that come over to me. Like, so
It's
like,
funny. It's funny you mention that because that's like my experience too. Like I kind of just chill at a table or in a corner, and folks just come up to me
right,
and just start talking.
exactly. And like, if I don't want to talk to you, like, you'll probably get up within a couple minutes because like I'm pretty good at like being extra awkward when I don't want to talk. Is that terrible? I shouldn't say that out loud. Like some people accuse me of pretending that I'm more deaf than I am, which I'll never tell if I do that. Um, you'll never know if I heard you. But I've never admitted out loud that sometimes I pretend to be more awkward than I actually am. Like, it's just kind of freeing to admit that. Let me just make this as uncomfortable as I possibly can.
That's hilarious.
Just kidding. I don't do that. I would never.
I mean, it's funny as hell.
Yeah. You'll never know if I'm being honest. You'll just have to have a conversation with me and find out. Yeah, in general, this was probably my favorite holiday party to date. I think in years past, I probably was more in your camp of like, less is more, like, I don't want to have to do this. And over the years, I've felt I've been less like, I guess, in that headspace and more in the headspace I'm in now. Even as recently as last year, I would get so uncomfortable that I would just get hammered. Actually, no, last year I don't think that was really a problem. I think I just had stopped drinking for a while and forgot my tolerance, and also convinced myself that you can't get too drunk on champagne, which is a lie. You certainly can. Especially when you don't have water or eat food. But like up until about 2 years ago, I would get so uncomfortable and so in my own head about like how I was supposed to show up, who I was supposed to talk to, what I was supposed to say, that I would just drink to make myself more comfortable, which was never a good idea. But I think now, like, I'm comfortable enough in my own skin, and like I don't really care who I'm talking to. That kind of sounds bad, but it's true. I don't really care how important somebody is that I'm talking to. I'm just gonna talk to everybody the same. So I'm like, I don't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that's due in part to having a podcast. You know, I don't really know who's listening. I just kind of say whatever and hope for the best. So far, nothing's happened.
So far.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say I give credit to the podcast for why I'm just comfortable talking to whoever at holiday parties or wherever. So thank you.
All right, that's what we do. We build up confidence. I like it.
Exactly. Do you think having the podcast has helped you like in your new job?
I think we'll see because I'm still fairly new. I just I haven't really met too many folks yet. But
Right. Okay.
you know, and I will say in my previous job, definitely.
Oh,
And
good.
not just at work, but just in life. I'm a lot. Um, I'm a lot more direct in certain things. I find myself. Um, I'm a very soft spoken person, but I find myself making sure that I'm actually speaking in a tone and volume that folks can actually hear me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like there's definitely been things that have that I've noticed that um, that's come about from me having a podcast.
Oh, I love that.
Hmm.
I think in 2025 my goal with this podcast is to become not even just with the podcast, but like just in general, is to become more of the kind of person that even when I'm not in the headspace, I can still have a great conversation. Because I'm still not there yet. I feel like when I'm not in the headspace or my energy is off, like I just can't even form a sentence, and I don't want to. And I want to see if I can at least try to train myself away from that. I don't know that I'll ever be able to like crush that, and like we all have our off days.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like that would be a good goal for me for this year to see how far I can take that.
All right.
What about you?
So does that mean, in 2025, next time you say, "Hey Jay, I don't know if I'm really feeling it," I say, "Steph, walk it off." Is that how it's gonna go, or like what? How are you gonna do
Yeah, you can say shut the fuck up.
that?
We're doing this.
Okay. Maybe not in so many words, but okay. Just
You know what, Jay? Hold me to my goals.
all right. Feet to the fire. Got it.
I said it to the community so that I would hold myself accountable. I have this on tape. It was said. You know what you could do is you could just play me this clip. We'll turn this into a clip and you play it for me and you said this.
Mm-hmm. You said. All right.
You'll know I'm really moody when I say fuck what I said. That might happen. Yeah, but I'm really hoping to eliminate that because you can't. I mean, it's our podcast. We can do what we want to. We cannot do what we want to. But I feel as I get older, you can't really like live like that. It's like constantly just like having everybody subject to like you not being in the mood because I feel like that's just a slippery slope. And I can live like that if I want. I just would rather not. So I want to like do the work towards moving away from that attitude.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry for the unsolicited self-therapy sesh, but apparently I needed that.
All right. So our episodes double as staff meetings and therapy sessions.
Exactly. That's important.
We are just so efficient.
Efficient, well-rounded. It's great. It's like in 45 minutes, I get my podcast recorded. I go to therapy. I brainstorm for the week. What else do we do? Wow, silence. You're like, I don't know. That's it. That's all I got.
I was listening listening to the background noise. I didn't know what it sounded like something fell.
Yeah, my mic fell.
Okay.
I thought you wouldn't notice.
You kind of notice a live mic falling. It's one of those things that you really can't help but notice. because it's live.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's the nice part. See, this is how you know that I'm not faking being deaf. I really actually am. I don't hear shit. Even when I'm like going back and listening to the episode, like I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, must be nice, I guess, to have hearing. Can't relate. See, this right here is proof. The next time I get accused of not really being deaf, I will play this card.
Yeah, you superheroes with your no more hearing. Like, how dare you?
Exactly. Rude. Well, the only reason I get accused of this is because every once in a while at work, and this is more so like on my old department.
Mm-hmm.
I would my boss would not speak with his chest, so I couldn't hear what he was asking me to do, so I just straight up would not even react. And then I wouldn't do it, and then he'd be like, why didn't you do this? I'd be like, why didn't you tell me? And he'd be like, I did. And I'd be like, I genuinely didn't hear. But then, fast forward, an hour or whatever, somebody would say something across the office, and I would happen to be paying attention, and I would laugh. And so that was where the whole selective hearing joke came in, and I was like, dude, A, I have to be paying attention. If you want me to do something, you need to get my attention. That's number one. And number two, say it in a more interesting way. I'm just kidding. No, not really. I mean, no, those conversations did happen, but get my attention, dude. You want me to do something, get my attention.
Okay.
You want to pay attention, make sure you have my attention.
Sounds fair to me.
Exactly. And I really genuinely do not hear it. I'm a lip reader. Most of the time. Oh, I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Yes. So, speaking of paying attention, last time you talked, you mentioned that you were getting a...
Wow, segue.
Yes, actual segue. You were getting a Christmas tree, and you were afraid of the attention that your pups may be paying to said tree. How is that working out?
They are scared of the tree, which is wonderful.
What? Okay.
I don't know how we achieved this, but I'm really proud of us. Yeah, basically, they will not go within 6 feet of it.
Oh, okay.
It's great. Even when they're wrestling, I swear to God, one of them will look up and realize that they're getting a little close to the tree, and they'll move the match over. It's great. They literally will not go near it. I think that what happened is one day I came home to a destroyed ornament. And I think that the tree must have shaken a little bit, and they have not fucked with it since. Which it's wonderful.
Yeah, okay. I mean, a win is a win, I guess.
A win is a win, exactly. So I guess moral of the story is, I'm first of all, I'm shocked that there's really no moral of the story. I'm just shocked, honestly. I really thought they were gonna fuck with the tree. I should have had more faith.
I mean, to be fair though, did the track record warrant said faith?
No, not at all.
Okay, then I think they were appropriately judged.
They were appropriately judged, absolutely. But I still am waiting for the other shoe to drop, because, all it takes is one time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost fearful that, they're just biding their time before they... Because here's the thing. They ignored the vacuum for a long time, until one day they realized, the vacuum, unless it was plugged in and mommy wasn't operating it, the vacuum can't move. So they killed the vacuum. They murdered it. So I'm a little fearful that they are just clogging.
How do you murder a vacuum? Like, what do they do?
I don't know. Ask them. I can't hold it within tatters.
Oh my god.
We managed to fix it, but it's like pretty ghetto looking now. It's like covered in bite marks and scratches. Like, I'm so shocked that you guys have all your teeth in your nails, but okay. So yeah, I'm afraid that they're gonna go all vacuum on the tree and destroy it. But so far that hasn't happened, so we're hopeful.
That's good.
Yeah, the tree's coming down. So it's a live tree. So my mother-in-law said because we have all the lights and stuff on it, and we're coming home for Christmas for like 3 or 4 days, we should probably take it down just to prevent a potential fire. Especially because even if the lights are off, which we turn them off when we are out, even if the lights are off, if the tree is starting to die and we're not home to water it, there's like just the potential for disaster. So I think we might take the tree down before we go home for Christmas.
All right.
So it's really only another 8 days.
I did not realize you had to worry about those issues with a real tree.
I didn't either. Now I know. But I guess it makes sense. If you don't really want an 8-foot tall tree dying in your apartment while you're not there.
Yeah.
Like, what if it falls and, like, breaks the floor and then there's no ceiling and then they charge us for... I don't know. A lot of things could happen. It could literally fall and go through all the apartments all the way to the bottom. It could happen. I don't know that it's ever happened, but it could.
How heavy is this tree?
It's not that heavy because I was able to help Sean carry it up the stairs instead of making him do it by himself. So, like, I was able to handle it, which means it's probably not that heavy, but it is 8 feet tall. So, I don't know. I guess I could Google it. How heavy is an 8 foot?
All right.
What was I saying before I got rudely interrupted by mysterious computer ghost?
Yes. Before Steph's computer just started to turn off, we were talking about how we're hoping that your dogs don't end up jumping the tree and beating it down while you're no longer there. And
I knew what it was saying, and I know exactly why that just happened. There is a ghost in my building.
There's a ghost in your building.
There is. She pushed me down the stairs twice.
Okay, that sounds horrible.
So, I guess I have to explain real quick.
Yes. That would be great.
Okay, so real quick, I was talking about the tree potentially falling through my floor and like through the apartments below us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the ghost of our building previously lived in the apartment right below us, and before she passed away, unfortunately, she was very sick. But she fucking hated me. Because I have the feet of an elephant. Yeah, it's weird. So I've always been told this. Like, I'm 120 something pounds and I walk like I'm a 500-pound person. Like, I just have a very heavy footfall. It's heavier than anybody who knows me. And I'm sorry. I don't know how I learned to walk, but clearly it was wrong. Anyway, she used to text Sean, not me, because she hated me. Tell your wife to walk like a butterfly, not an elephant. because she was sick and she would sleep until noon, and apparently when I woke up at 7 or 8 a.m. and I would walk around my apartment, it was too loud for her and it would ruin her sleep. So I really did try to walk a little bit lighter, but anyway, she hated me. I kid you not, the day she died, not the day after, not a week later, the day she died, I'm walking out in front of her apartment and I fall down the stairs. I've never fallen down these stairs in my life. So I fall down the stairs. There was no ice. There's no water on the stairs. My feet aren't wet. Like, there's no explicable reason other than, like, I just inexplicably fell down the stairs. The next day, it happened again.
Oh my goodness.
And then after that, it was fine. But I think that her ghost is here listening always. And she heard me joking about our tree falling into her still abandoned apartment, which they have not found a new tenant for. I think her ghost heard me and she just killed my computer, so I could say no more. But I know what's going on, Miss. I won't say your name because I don't want you to kill my computer again. I know you're listening. Oh man, that's what happened. That's the ghost.
Okay, that is very creepy.
Yeah, Jay's like, who did I try to podcast with? Fuck. I'm telling you, she's real. She pushed me down the stairs twice and she just killed my computer.
All right, so this is supposed to be a Christmas episode, and I guess
Ghost of Christmas Past.
Yes, I guess no story will be complete without an actual ghost of Christmas Past. So there you have it, introvert fam.
Yeah. Did not see that one coming, did you?
Did not see that coming. Christmas cheer and actual ghosts. So
exactly, you never know.
On that note, Steph, let's land this sleigh before the ghost comes back.
Okay, so if you guys are not terrified of me by now, be sure to share this episode with a friend. Let us know your theories on like ghosts, on Christmas trees, on holiday parties, on all the things. And let us know what your goals are for 2025. We're curious. But yeah, be sure to give us a 5-star rating and review. Follow us on Amazon, Apple, Spotify, all the places. And this is officially our last episode of the year. So we will be back in a couple weeks, I guess, after the new year. And we hope that you guys get lots of rest and enjoy your holiday season. And we are excited for what 2025 brings.
Definitely. So, Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. And we'll catch you next year, folks. Peace.
Peace out.